Greetings, my champions, and welcome to Live with Shatufa. We are still giving you updates of issues that are happening in the nation as we continue to watch towards the freedom of the Zimbabwean people. A very great embarrassment that has been seen happening in Buhera, where Mnangagwa's police cars get service kits from the Buhera community. Look at how incompetent the government of Emmerson Mnangagwa continues to be, as we have always been saying that it's still a mystery how and why the monies that are supposed to be used for social services are being squandered, are being misappropriated by this government of Emmerson Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF. And the thing that we see happening is that the misappropriation of funds has gotten to a very serious level where police service cars they are failing to service them. The government is failing to service its own police service cars. And this is why we find that they are so good at rushing to buy cars, and they make the gallivant over cars that they've bought. We bought police cars, and every time there are police cars that are being bought, and what is happening is that cars are not being serviced. The very same cars that are bought are never serviced. They break down and no service is done. The next thing is a new lot of cars that is also bought, and the same thing. It's a cycle that continues to happen. Whereas if cars that are bought and are serviced every time, you'd find that police will continue to have more cars and more cars on the roads, and the cars will be also lasting for a longer time. You see, the very cars that they are making noise about that were just bought like last month, just watch this space. Give them 8 months, 10 months to a year from now, those cars will be gone. Not gone because they are supposed to be like finished and old. No, it's because any small part of the police vehicle that gets damaged and needs replacement, there is no budget for that. There is no money for that. So what happens eventually, those cars are parked. And once they are parked, they are destroyed because they are no longer moving. You start to find that rats and mice will start to enter and cut off, eat the whole engine and sofas out, seats out, and everything remains just junk. At the end of the day, all that a lot is just taken to the junkyard. So that's exactly the failures that we are seeing happening with the ZANU-PF. So for us to have a community in Bikita, a poor community in Bikita, having to buy, service kit for police vehicles, this is really an embarrassment. And for ZANU-PF and Varakashi, for them to continue to be making noise and talking about how competent Emmerson Mnangagwa is, how he's doing the best of the best, how he's one of those most hardworking presidents, and Sadiq is blessed. We saw messages like that were saying Sadiq is very blessed to have Mnangagwa as their leader. You're going to see development in Sadiq that you have never seen before. It's just it's irony that somebody who is failing to run his own country, somebody who has run down a very successful country, is also said to be one who is going to be successfully running the Sadiq bloc and things like that. So all this is because of corruption and looting. What we are experiencing is just a result of a government that is not accountable, a government that is just squandering everything that is coming in the coffers of government. They are also taking away every little revenue that is coming through the mineral resources and whatever that we have in Zimbabwe. So this is why the Zimbabwean people should continue to be standing up to defend their country. This is why we say, no matter what we are called by these ZANU-PF goons, they call us puppets of the West, they call us whatever, they call us enemies of the state, but we have a fight that is noble. Our fight is a noble fight. We are fighting for a government that is responsible, because we are looking at a government that has failed, that has refused to listen to its own people. They want to do what they want. They don't want anybody to say anything. If you speak anything that is against what they want to hear, you are categorized as an enemy of the state, and you are supposed to be either arrested or killed. This is why we have seen quite a lot of our own cadres and our own brothers and sisters being killed, being abducted, being arrested. Right now, we still talk about the incarceration of many political activists and human rights activists that are in the prisons right now. And ZANU-PF is not showing any signs whatsoever of any appetite to release these people, even after the SADC summit. We heard Chris Mchangwa talking about these people likely being released, but Mnangagwa came back and said, who told you that? Now, attacking Chris Mchangwa and calling him a security threat, meaning that Mnangagwa does not plan to release these people in any time soon. So why should we then stop to push for the freedom of Zimbabwe? We definitely have to be continuously rising against what we are looking at and what we are seeing happening. We can't allow this to continue. We can't allow this kind of oppression that we have seen for a very, very long time, and our people have suffered. Our people, I was talking to one of my sisters who was saying, you know what, ZANU-PF has caused enough suffering for the Zimbabwean people. It has been long, it has been overdue, and it is now time that something must definitely happen in the country. And I was saying that God is in it, is our key. Indeed, we are not going to forget that God is in it. As intercessors that are praying for the freedom of Zimbabwe, we are going to continue praying as we also continue to put pressure on ZANU-PF that they must obey. They must respect the rights of the citizens. They must respect the will of the citizens. They must be found to have the right appetite to do the things in the right manner and not to continue to lead our country down. The country's systems are not working. Nothing is working. When you see corruption getting to a point where even police vehicles are they are failing to service them, it has reached an alarming level. ZANU-PF, while they know that the police are helping them to hold on to power, but they still don't have the willpower to help that department, that ministry, to run the police vehicles. And when there is crime or when there is something that they need police to do, they expect police to be effective and available. But this cannot work when we see things happening like this. So this is very embarrassing. And in the video, I hear somebody talking and saying, Nika inovakwa nevenevayo. Just imagine how embarrassing it is. I just want us to look at the video that I'm talking about, where the handover was done of this kit that was given to ZANU-PF police. Let's just listen to what is happening there.
Homestead Abraham Chimurivo arikuita handover service kit kuZRP Bikita yemota inoshanda muno muBikita inobatsira ruzhinji, saka aipa service kit yemota iyoyo tinozitenda. Zirambe zvakadaro. Tinovimba nemi vana vedu tisi tinoti mai takudzidzisai munodzoka zvemotiona kuti nyika inodei. Nyika inovakwa neveni vayo.
Just imagine, just imagine. It's so surprising. This is just something that is out of this world. That, villagers are saying that their children are supposed to be providing for what government is supposed to be doing. And this is totally unacceptable. And this is why we are saying, let's continue to fight our war until victory is certain. Zimbabwe will have to be freed. Otherwise, thank you so much, family, for joining me on this very show. Let's continue to support the platform by subscribing to the channel and continue to be here. And also put your comment and tell us what you think about what we have seen happening in Bikita. An embarrassing thing coming from the government of ZANU-PF.